What up, dude? And welcome. What up, dude? And welcome to Free for All Friday, right here on Detroit Lions on the Proud, man. Y'all know how the song goes. It's Friday, then hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Well, it is Free for All Friday. You know how we get down. We do our game preview. We get you caught up on the news and notes from the Detroit Lions from the rest of the week. I got to bring in the panel because he just popped in out of nowhere, man. It is Mike Kimber of Lions Nation Unite and Chat Sports, man. How's it going, my dude?
Hey, I'm trying to get right on time on this one, apparently. So, hey, I'm happy to make it and did not miss a single minute.
Yeah.
Huge game Sunday, Detroit Lions, Vikings,
man.
baby.
Yeah. And you're going old school with the old school Ford Field in the background, man. That's what I'm talking. He's doing a little retro. All right, and y'all know who it is, man. It's our resident Bears fan. It's Queen of the Proud, Miss Valerie Bordeaux.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm still having internet connectivity issues, y'all. So if I fade out, don't worry about it. But I'm trying to get it worked
out. And I gotta start off the show with a controversial way. I know it's our job as Lions. The Lions, it's not our job as fans to worry about the Lions draft pick or draft positions or anything like that, because you gotta trust your GM no matter what we're picking. You gotta trust your GM to make the right call and the right picks, right? But Rams, you had one freaking job, man. Lose the freaking game. You had one job. And this comes at the detriment of I wanted to get in front of the Bears. You had one job. You had one job. And you let Baker Mayfield, Raiders. What is your problem?
But I'm so mad.
I digress, man. But you got to trust Brad Holmes to go ahead and do his thing, man, no matter where we're picking in the first round. But, he's one of those guys, man, with his picks. You got to kind of wait on those cats, man. You might not get them right out the gate, but, so you wait a little bit, they're going to do their thing. So
I haven't been that mad in a long time, man. I'm just you've seen it happen, too. Second half, run, conservative. Hey, let's do taunting penalty. I'm like, oh, my God, this is actually going to happen.
I think, what did he have, what Carr had 11 yards passing in the second half or some crap like that?
Just want to throw it. Just run it. I'm like, come on, man. This is horrible. It's high school football.
Adams. You got the best wide receiver. Arguably the best wide receiver in the league. One of the top, at least top 3 or 4. And I don't get it. But let's get into some Lions content, man, because that's what we're a Lions show. But I had to kind of digress and saying just like, hey man, what the hell is going on? But how did you react to the Lions' dominant win over Jacksonville? I'm gonna go to you first, Queen, because you're kind of impartial. Because you were like, But how did you react?
I'm like, this went exactly how I said it was gonna go. I don't know why y'all don't listen to me, but I kind of called this. I mean, I expected a little bit more of a beatdown because I didn't think that, but yeah, but still. It is what it was exactly what I said it was.
Yeah.
They are who we thought we were. They were.
Yeah. They are who we thought they were. Yeah, she going old school. Denny Green on the microphone right there, Queen. Yeah, thanks, Mike. For you, how did you react to this? I mean, it was just up and down, just absolute whooping. How did you react to that, man? It was how did you react?
I was it's weird being relaxed on a Sunday, but I'm watching this and there's no point in the game I thought anything bad was going to happen. It was the first time in a long time you could just chill, we're so used to games going back and forth and heartbreakers and cardiac cath games. This was just straight up relaxing. It was kind of boring and I loved every minute of it. I was enjoying everything that was occurring on Sunday.
Yeah, And I talked about this the other day on the show. Someone said, man, this seems kind of quiet in Ford Field. Because I'm like, the crowd is bored. We're just whipping their ass. It just got bored. It was like, okay, we scored again. Okay. It was one of those games where it was like, okay. It really wasn't a lot to get up for after a certain point. It was like, man, we scored again. I mean, besides the kneel down, really 8 out of 8 scoring drives. No punts during the game. Jack Fox, he only hit the field during kickoffs and doing extra points and field goals. He just had a relaxed day. He got kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, he working up, you know, he was there on his day off. He just kind of just hung out and chill, you know, hey man, you know, what's going on, man? Drank some Gatorade, you know, did his thing. But that dominance of a win is something I've been waiting for a long time, because we have the offense to do it. We had to get the defense to kind of catch up a little bit. And if you look at how the Lions defense has played over those last 4 out of 5 games, they played really well. I mean, you look at the games that stand out is the Giants game, of course, and the last game versus the Jaguars. The Lions defense has, I won't say completely turned the corner, but they're making a way. They're getting better. And you can see the young talent growing on the Lions. They're doing some things, man. And that skip to Malou, whatever that James Houston did, that pass rush move was absolutely terrifying, that he can get past a NFL offensive tackle with that move, because who the hell skips in the middle of a damn pass rush? But Chris, coming into the show right now, coming in hot, man. It is Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. How you doing, my man?
Man, what's going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Thank Jesus that we are in Friday. I cannot believe it took this long.
Okay, so you got here just in time to answer the first question. How did you react to the Lions' dominant win over Jacksonville?
Pretty much unimpressed. I was like, okay, good. You handled your business. You're supposed to. I expected them to beat the brakes off of them. If you remember last week, I asked you, what was the score from the Giants game? And you was like 38-18. I said, yeah, I expect much of the same. I expect them to go out and handle their business, because I didn't think this game should have been close. I didn't think that the Jags were a good team. And I believe that we were a better team, and I thought that you should have beat up on them, and they did. So my reaction to it was good. You handled business. You beat the team you were supposed to beat, and you did it the way you were supposed to do it. Good job. Yeah. But overall, after what I saw people doing after that win, the reactions and some of the flip-flop in the stances, and yeah, it was an eye-opening moment for me.
Yeah, you're gonna get people who are gonna be, what do you call that? I won't say bandwagon, but they can be flip-flopped, like you said. Like, you know, the world is ending, or the world is all great. Depends on how the Lions are playing that weekend. I picked the Lions to win. I did pick the Lions to win. I didn't think it would be close, but I didn't think it would be that far. So, but I was definitely like what they did. I was more impressed for what the defensive play during the game. It wasn't perfect, but it was good. It was good to hold those guys to what it was. You know, I will say this: Trevor Lawrence didn't have a great game. He had some errant throws. Some was due to pressure, and some was just like bad throws, like the throw down that Jerry Jacobs broke up to Marvin Jones. If he threw the ball to the back pylon, it was a touchdown. Like, that was a touchdown throw. And if you, I actually watched the sights and sounds from the Jaguars game, and that's what Marvin Jones went up to Trevor Lawrence after that play and said, "I thought you were going to throw it to the back pylon." That's exactly what he said after the game. He was like, "I thought you were going to throw it to the back pylon." And you just kind of, I just thought I could fit it into that tight window. No, you were wrong, son. Don't do that. But I digress, man. But great win by the Lions, man. And it was just a good all around week for Detroit Lions fans all over the board, man. It was just good. What are they saying in the comment section there, Val?
Outside of Grandizer flirting with me, hey boo, I see you. Oh yeah, hey, he's going hard up in the chat, but that's all good. Val is pretty and calm. Yeah, I'm not calm, but I pretend to be. Michael Hook said the crowd wasn't bored; they were in shock. Well, you know, yeah, they were shocked that the Lions actually played all 4 quarters. Let's see. The Singles Dad Club, I saw a Vikings content creator say his prediction. He had a graphic that said 41-37 Vikings, but he said 31-37 Lions. Even the Vikings have lost faith in themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get into that. And I'll segue to that with this question right here. Give me your thoughts on Detroit being named the team you don't want to play. Luke, what you think about that, man? That's been going around a lot. Like this is the team you don't want to see going down the stretch of the season.
I felt that they were the team you didn't want to see when the season started. And it was one of the reasons I had them winning 10 games and why I said 6 games is not acceptable. This was not a 6-win team. This is not a team that should win less than 8 games. And I put 8 games in generosity. I thought they should have had double digits based on schedule. But in terms of them being a team that nobody wants to play, that's yet to be seen. I don't want nobody buying into this because I don't want the Lions buying into it. You're not respected. Keep that same energy. Nobody respects you. They don't like you. You're the ugly person at the party. You're the last one picked for the basketball game. Keep that same energy. Don't get into your feelings thinking like, yeah, nobody wants to see us. Everybody want to see you. You're not a threat. And so I don't want fans to buy into it neither. I want them to just keep going out there playing with that same energy that nobody believes in us, and let's see what happens. So push posh on that. I don't care. No, we're not the team that people got to beat. We're the team that everybody wants to play. That's what I want. So that's how I look at it. It might be some Lions listening to this. I need them to stay motivated. People don't like you. They never did. When you got invited to the party, it's because you was cousins with the popular kid. That's what it was. Get used to it.
He said pish posh. Hello, Governor.
Thank you, Governor. Yeah.
All right, now. He's killing me with that. What do you?
I'm just saying, man. I don't want I feel like every time we get comfortable and think we arrive, we drop games to bum teams.
I got you. He said pish posh.
Luke G's been around too many white women with white diamond perfume, but anyhow.
Hey, white diamond is a classic staple perfume that will forever. White diamond, the only perfume you can spray on, leave the room, and it'll be there next week. That's the only one.
You're damn right.
No, Drakkar for men. Okay, that's never fades away.
But yeah, it's a lady at the food line near my house, and it lingers in the aisles. But what you got for Val? I mean,
you can't even ask me to
answer the question. Answer the question. I'll be like, damn, did you bathe in that shit before you came to work?
It's so strong.
You know what? I have a small bottle of white diamond perfume. That stuff has lasted me for a damn decade. Okay,
that shit will last you forever. Well, what you got? What are your thoughts on the Detroit being named the team you don't want to play?
Who the fuck is saying that? For real.
A few outlets have said
that. A lot. Yeah.
Like ESPN. A few outlets have said that. Yeah, ESPN. Okay. I think NFL, even some people over at NFL Network have said that.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody trying to get some clickbait and some views. But anywho, look, the Lions are doing really well. The Lions are a team that's finally coming into their own and doing what they need to be doing. But, they're not there yet. They have the potential to be, but they're not there quite yet.
Okay. I feel you. I get what you're saying. You're kind of like, this kind of pump the brakes a little bit, temper your expectations, but the Lions need to keep playing well. That's what you're saying, right? Keep doing what they're doing. You know who I actually saw made a play, and this is what I kind of just attribute this to, how I kind of like reacted to this. Somebody who made a play, and he made an excellent play at the end of the game, was Alex Anzalone. Absolutely blew NTN up on that screen pass. I was like, damn, where has that been all season? But he has been making some plays. So if he can continue to do that, I think that the Lions can be definitely be a dangerous team on both sides of the ball going down the stretch. So don't get ahead of yourself. I get that. But you know what I'm saying? Keep playing to your potential and then playing above your potential. Fight above your weight class. And you know what I'm saying? And keep believing, because I think that's was the difference with this team down the back stretch of these games that we had. They start believing in themselves, because you get it when they start getting some success. They start believing that they can hang and they can win. So they start believing in themselves and they start blocking all the noise out. They kind of got away from some of those things where, hey man, we got getting down on themselves. they start believing, and if they believe that they can be a team that others don't want to play, then they can do that. If they have to believe it themselves and go out there and perform on the field. So my thing is, I don't. It doesn't matter what I think about it. It's what the team has to think about it. So if they believe they can be dangerous, they can be dangerous. What you got, Mike?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's be confident but not cocky. 100%. Start to believe that your ability, that you can have high level of play, but not starting to think, oh, automatic win, Jalen Reagor, saying that it's an automatic win for them and they're winning. That's a little bit cocky there. Hashtag stay humble. That's something that me and TA there, Raw Detroit, always say. But it's nice to get recognition, but at the same time, it's a one-game season, just like Dan Campbell said. Go out there and beat the dog crap out of the Vikings. Then we can start talking. The Vikings, the NFC North team, 10-2, and go out there, smash them in the face. And let's just continue to do that. Don't worry about what anyone else is saying.
Now, here's to kind of caveat on that. Something kind of pissed me off this morning on GMFB, Good Morning Football. If y'all don't know what that is, over there on NFL Network. And if anybody doesn't know, unless you live under the damn rock, the Lions are favorite in this game. It's down to 1.5 from 2.5, but the Lions are favorite in this home game. And what's his name? Kyle Brandt said something, and I was like, okay, we'll see if that measures up to you, how you said that. Remember, keep that energy. He said that the 10-win Vikings has no business losing to the Detroit Lions. I'm like, keep that same energy, player. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy.
They're not paying attention because if you look at the stats, and it's 100% facts, the Detroit Lions offensively are beating them in every single category, and this is not just the last 5 games. This is the whole time. And defensively, they're literally nearly the same. So what do you mean you have no business beating them? Okay, the Lions right now offensively is a better offense. Defense, it's pretty much the same, but the last 5 weeks, the Lions defense has been playing really well, and the Minnesota Vikings last 5 weeks playing really bad.
Yeah, they give up a ton of yards, they give up a ton of points, and they have to rely on those. Now they're 9-0 in one-score games this year. So that means like every game for them is a freaking heart attack, and it can go either way for a flip of a coin. Now it's time for Detroit is getting on that positive side of that coin where they're winning those games, but they is bouncing their way instead of bouncing the opposite way like it did in week 3. The Lions are out to prove that they can hang with anybody, and they're going to play that way. I believe when they come into this game, they're going to be like, "What do you mean?" And that's bulletin board information for them. What do you mean they have no business losing to us? What do you got, Luke G? the audible sigh from
no, because it's one of them things where it's like they beat us, right? They beat us head to head. They made a play late in the game to beat us head to head. They are the leaders in the division. When you winning, you get to talk trash. I wish somebody would come from the Commanders and be like, we got a better record. But when we played you head to head, we beat you. I wish somebody from the Bears, not saying Vail, is a Bear fan, but if somebody from the Bears, want to come talk that trash, gonna remind them, Tim Boyle, flag on the play. I'm not worried about it. When you beat us, right?
Right. Getting shots in when he can.
I'm sorry. Hey, it was sitting there. It was sitting there. But I'm just saying,
come on now.
Like, listen, you get to be cocky when you do that. That's why Ali was so great. Until you beat me, I say what I want. Beat me. And so far as I'm concerned, whatever he said, if the Lions don't like it, do something about it.
It wasn't I'm not talking about Rigger. I was talking about Kyle Brandt from GMFB, but I don't like the narrative that we have no business because it's NFL. Any given Sunday, any team can beat anybody. Just like the game last night. Everyone thought it was an automatic win for the Raiders last night. They got Josh, what's his name? Josh Jacobs coming in, was rolling. Derek Carr was rolling, and you playing a guy who's been there for a cup of coffee and it's still warm because it's half drink, and Baker Mayfield, and they went out and won the game last night. So don't tell me you have no business because any given Sunday, anything can happen.
Any given Sunday, and the moment you get cocky and you think you're all worldly is when you get struck down real quick. I mean, that's just the way that it is. So,
But you know what? You know what can shut that up?
If you like, just like the Colts linebacker was talking about Jamal Williams talking all that trash, you're gonna be crying a lot this year. Sit back. Oh yeah, who's crying a lot now?
I mean, but what can shut that up is them beating them. Listen, until I put it this way, like I was sitting up there playing the game with my son. I'm getting better at Super Smash Brothers, but he still beats the brakes off of me. And when he does, he talks mad trash. And you know what I do? I sit there and shut up. But when I win, and I will get a win, but when I win, I talk mad trash too. But as long as I'm taking the L, people say what they want to say. It's our job to shut them up and hit them in the mouth.
So you got that to the victor goes to spoils, and the spoils is talking your ish. I got you. What
write checks your ass can't catch.
That's true.
Yeah, 100%.
Don't run up and get done up.
That's what I'm saying, right? I'm trying to have you see somebody out there barking real loud, and then as soon as something happened, they on the ground, and you like, that did not go the way I saw it. I can't remember who that was. Very recently, it was this a fight that happened where the guy was talking so much trash, and he was talking, I'm gonna beat up Conor McGregor. No, it was Conor McGregor. He talked all that trash about what he's gonna do to Floyd Mayweather and got beat up. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that was never even match in a boxing ring, you know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I feel you. You know, there's only one way to do it, and I think the Lions got that mentality where they believe, and they're gonna come out and Dan Campbell's already said it ain't gonna be the same game. He said that call haunts him to this day, going for that field goal and not actually going for it, and he said that's not gonna happen again. So I think the Lions gonna step on their neck and keep rolling. And I saw Vikings fans raving about Carlos Dantzler coming back. I'm like, dude, Amon-Ra St. Brown eats that dude's lunch every time they play. He take his girl, he sleeps in his bed, he drives his car, he does all that stuff. He uses his ATM card. So come on, dog. Bring Cameron Dantzler back to the show. So Amon-Ra St. Brown can, you know what I'm saying, lump him up one more time. All right, what they saying in the chat?
Okay. Oh, hold on, because I missed it. Okay, the Single Dad Club was going back to Anzalone. He says Anzalone is one of my faves now. He's been doing really well. Thor,
go ahead, Thor.
Okay. Brett DeWitt, welcome to Proud Nation. My initial prediction for this Sunday's game was 35-31 Lions, but after hearing that a Viking backup wide receiver guaranteed to win, 42-24 Lions. Boneheaded statement. Go Lions. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Don't write checks your ass kicker. You're going to wrap around and find out. Okay. Let's see. Michael Light. Since the Hawk trade, Vikes point differential is -19 and ours is +43. Vikings gave us picks just so they could do worse.
We appreciate that too.
I really hate that approach, because that approach is not only weak, it's dumb, and these attempts to find correlations with everything just don't make sense. It don't. The Vikings have their set of problems and their set of issues, and we have ours. If you look at the number of passes that went to tight ends before T.J. Hockenson left and compare it to the number of tight ends since he left, you will see that we just abandon the tight end. We throw the ball to them 1 or 2 times a game, and everything else go to receivers and running backs. And that's the only difference. And in the case of them, they have so many weapons. You know, Kirk Cousins had to, figure it out. But I also don't think they've had the most dynamic play calling, which is why I was still mad that we lost to him. But this idea that, this guy left, so this is why we got better. Or R.B. Pleasant left, so all of a sudden our defense got better. There's no correlation to this stuff. It's just stuff that's happening, and is not any relation, in my opinion, to it. But I get what they say. It's just it just boils.
Well, the idea that Tim Boyle. Okay. Anyway, the idea that anybody, I'll do it to myself. I don't care. The idea that the
oh my God.
I don't give a shit. Okay, I pick on everybody else. I pick on myself. Hey, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. Okay. But the idea that any team will do stuff to lose, to fail on purpose is just trash. Because have you ever met the ego of anybody playing football? That don't happen. Okay? No. Nobody is out there to lose on purpose, to throw the game, to do that kind of stuff. That don't happen.
What was the quarterback from the longest mile? Whatever that was.
The
longest yard? Yeah. He threw it.
I know where Mike's going to go with this, too.
That's a movie, though. Come on now.
Yeah,
Mike, man, he threw that game away on purpose.
Point shaving and tanking is not the way to go. But you get, and I don't think, like I said about the game last night, people's egos aren't going to let them, especially in the NFL, they're not going to let them tank or lose on purpose or point shave or anything like that. They're not going to try to cover. And that's a complete, almost a complete death sentence in the NFL now is to be caught, cheating or gambling. So can't be doing that stuff, man. But I feel you though. Their ego, like if you're training that hard and you're out there busting your hump out there on the practice field, you're playing to win the game. Like Herm Edwards say, you play to win the game. Hello. So I get what you're saying, Val.
Yeah. And
play to win the game.
Yeah, like Urbanology 101 podcast. Hey, welcome to Proud Nation. Stats don't mean anything. Wins only matter. I've been saying that for I don't know how long. Stop playing with the stats. Just because somebody's got this stat, that stat, whatever, means you're going to be super. No, it doesn't mean a damn thing. Stats don't mean shit.
Well, stats tell you a fraction of the story. My issue with the stats are the Pro Football Focus fanatics who blow up my boxes. The moment they say something good about a player that I was critical about was bad, and then the next week, like they said, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Kirby Joseph's the second best safety in all of football according to Pro Football Focus. And the very next week, this true story, very next week, number one safety in all of football according to Pro Football Focus, Kyle Hamilton. I had not a single message, not a damn thumbs up, thumbs down. Nobody hit me up. So and I'm like, so now when the stats in line with your purpose, you want to use them. But now when it don't, you disappear.
But that's the problem right there, Luke.
That's human nature, though.
With stats, because stats can be used and twisted to prove anything.
Plus, like I'm not gonna lie.
Any argument for anything, you can take the same stats and say Stafford's or golf is great or golf is shit. Both the same stats.
Jared Goff.
Right, and it's another thing that jumps out to me with the stats because I've pissed off a few people with this statement, which I made it very clear. I said, I don't know why people keep on telling me, look how many pressures Aiden Hutchinson is getting. I'm like, why do y'all keep saying this to me? Because when I watch the games, I don't see it. And I just don't see it. I don't see all these pressures. I don't see all these things that y'all are pointing out. Like where y'all getting these from? Pro Football Focus. Well, that explains it. I don't see it.
Well, the only thing you got to see is he leads the rookies in sacks. That's all you need to see. He's got 6 of them. Kayvon
in a very weak class. I'm sorry, it's a very weak class.
It is what it is. You only can compete against your competition that you have. And if you're putting up with him against Tibby like somebody else, you know what I'm saying, and Kayvon and there was that Walker over there, my man is doing his thing. Just saying, he got
I feel like the thing that is jumping out to me when it comes to players is when we want to love certain players, we will find every reason to show why we love them and why everybody else should love them. But when we want to hate them, we will find every reason. It's one of the reasons that now all of a sudden when the Lions are winning, it's not to the head coach. No, this is Brad Holmes, right? Like it's just amazing to me.
How about Hutchinson was a bust game 2? How about we should fire Dan Gamble did game 2? And now he's the man now. Well, make up your mind.
You have to be. You have to be. I've been across the board. I've never said fire Dan Campbell. I've always said that Hutchinson is who he is. He's a rookie. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna play well in games. He's gonna play poor in some games, but he's still a first year player. So you have to kind of give him his leeway. So he has played well in stretches. He's double teamed like a mug. He's probably one of the most double teamed players.
I call cap on that.
Okay, but it's the you look at the tape, you can see it. I've seen that. Okay.
I gotta get this comment in for Luke here. Luke, you're uptight today. Someone spiked your sandwich with ketchup. Team mustard, Luke. Team mustard.
Listen, I'm team mustard, but I'm just saying. After the Lions beat the Jacksonville Jaguars, I saw headlines and fans, and not fans but media, like lost their damn mind. Like all of a sudden now we don't need a quarterback, and all of a sudden now we don't need linebackers, and I'm like, stop it. Nothing
lives matter, damn it.
I'm just saying nothing has changed, and I don't understand why these narratives are because we got to win. And then as soon as we lose to the Vikings, not saying I'm picking that game to be the loss, but just hear me out. As soon as we lose to the Vikings, everybody fire Dan Campbell. We got a bunch of bums. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, I love Dan Campbell. He said nobody MF'd him. Nobody MF'd me out in public, but they were talking. He said I heard it. You know, when we were 1-6. You know, he did. You know, hear things. So it is what it is, man. You know, you're gonna have flip-floppy fans. You're gonna have flip-floppy media. I just say you got to stay the course, man, and that's one thing we got to do, man. Let's move on because we didn't beat this to a dead horse, man. All right, how can Ben Johnson's offense continue to shine versus the Minnesota Vikings? Mike, what you got?
Continue to get first downs.
That's a very good point. I'm not even listening.
There's always one asshole.
No, but it's a very good point. Like I was waiting for 4 more points. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for. I'm like 4 more points. He said nope. Just give. I'm like that's a good point.
I gotta say this though. If you watched the game last night with the Raiders offense in the second half versus the Lions offense, aren't you just happy that we actually got somebody that knows how to scheme a play? Not run, punt. My God. So what Ben Johnson's got to do is just continue to do what he's doing. I love it. I you know, you still got to run the football for sure. Take shots when you can. And for it to get better, you know, slowly implement Jamison Williams into the game, something that we haven't done. But Amon-Ra first down. Just keep feeding Amon-Ra first down, and you get those first downs and score just like we have been doing. I don't know if it's going to continue to be this way because the offense is so fire. But, you know, it's a damn good offense. So just keep doing what they're doing and do not listen to Josh McDaniels.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I like one thing that I pointed this out the other day. And one thing that he's starting to do is something that McVay does out there in LA is that he runs, if he finds a play that works, he runs the same play out of multiple sets. I mean, you can line them up different. You can line them up, run the same play, but just run it out of a different formation. If you look at Amon-Ra St. Brown's 2 touchdowns he had, it was the exact same route. He ran the exact same route. It was the exact same play. He ran one route. The first one he was lined up on the outside, and the other one he was stacked on the line of scrimmage. The second one he was wide open for the touchdown. It was the exact same route concept before Amon-Ra St. Brown, but you ran the same play out of multiple sets. And when you find something that works, you stick to it, but you don't telegraph it by running it out of the same formation. That's what I'm getting at. So keep being innovative, keep finding a way to get guys open, and keep running the ball when you have to. I think this is a game where you pass the run because their secondary is so atrocious right now. I mean, they have veterans back there, but they're not the same. They're just images of themselves. You know, you look at Patrick Peterson, he's not the same Patrick Peterson that was out there in Arizona, and Harrison Smith isn't the same guy he was before. So you look at this, I think you can get passing yards all over. If Mike White can light their ass up, so can Jared Goff in this Lions offense. What you got, Queen?
Break out the glitter under the bright lights. You throw that glitter on the uniform. They'll shine up bright like a diamond. But anyhow.
What in the hell is that?
White diamonds. Okay.
White diamonds.
Anyhow. Okay. No, keep doing what they're doing. Ben Johnson's got some creative play calling. They need to keep it up. They need to capitalize on points every time they got the opportunity to get points, capitalize on them, and keep Dan Campbell off the headset with making the calls. What they're doing is what they're doing. Run the damn ball. It's the same stuff I say every single week, but they're playing to their strengths and what they've been doing in their strength is what's going to continue to keep this identity going. Don't let off the gas.
Don't let off the gas. Like my man, I said it the other day. You got to be like my man and Remember the Titans. Tell Ben Johnson, leave no doubt. So that's what he did. That's what happened on Sunday versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I think we need to do the same thing versus the Vikings. What you got, Luke G?
No, I agree with Mike. That's why I said it's a very good point. You got to get first downs because when you think about even the game against Jacksonville, we didn't punt the ball once. We not once because we were able to get first downs. We were able to get pick up those thirds and get more first downs and score. And to me, if you're able to sustain drives to where you're not having to punt the ball, those are possessions that you are taking away from them. And you have to be able to come out and get a lead and force the lead to force them to become one-dimensional. Yep. At one point of the game, Jacksonville couldn't go back to the run. They had to start playing around with other stuff. And so you have to do the same thing with Minnesota. Minnesota is not a scary team. They are very fortunate. They are about as fortunate as the Bengals were when they went to the Super Bowl. But people don't like that kind of coffee. They don't even talk about that. But I'm just saying that, you know, you have to just get the first downs. That's all you sustain the drive, take possessions away from them in your home. If the crowd don't get up for this game, good grief.
They're gonna be up.
What do you need? Somebody to put icy hot on your that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you need? Icy hot on your damn nuts? I mean, wake up.
Oh, that icy hot's gonna be on them nuts real big, man. Like it's gonna be standing ovations across the board. We're not talking about with legs.
That's what I'm saying. It should be a game where the Vikings can't hear themselves think. And you know they go every time TJ Hawkinson a pass go to him and he don't catch it or it's overthrown or underthrown, the fans are gonna go nuts and they should. But the reality is just sustain drives. That's it. Yeah. That's all you gotta do.
Shouldn't fans come to the stadium with some icy hot for when they step on it?
Hey, listen. Yeah. If you ain't never had icy hot down there, you have no idea how terrible it is.
That is not good.
Oh, that's hilarious,
not good, man. That is not good at all. The only thing that's a little bit different is that gold bond. Never put gold bond down there. You will freeze. It's the opposite.
You don't be putting things down there that don't belong down there.
Mike can tell you, man. That's an old school trick in the Army, man. You give a guy some gold bond and be like, hey, man, go ahead, man. Keep yourself dry. Like, Lord.
I kid you not, when we were in basic training, this guy, we'd pay him $20 and he'd take icy hot and rub it all over his genitals. It was so funny, man, watching this dude scream.
Why would he do that? It's the worst feeling.
Because there's nothing going on. You have no entertainment.
It is absolutely boring in basic training. So I give you.
Dude, that's so low, bro.
You gotta
when you see the guy crying in pain, it's funny as hell.
It is absolutely.
Listen, I accidentally did it. I had a hamstring injury and accidentally did it, and I can tell you that it was not a good feeling. I was like, yo, I was, even telling the wife about it. She was like, hey. She's like, what did that feel like? I said, oh, you really want to know?
How about I rub it on myself and I give it to you?
I've never understood this, but guys have the competition to destroy each other in that area, and girls don't do this stuff. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's called revenge, baby. I'm putting
No girl has ever gone to another girl and said, here, rub some icy hot on that,
Guys are absolutely.
But you gotta think, guys got a lot of muscles in their legs, and so when they're trying to get Mike, stop. Stop it, Mike.
Mal, haven't realized we're idiots. We do.
Yeah, I mean,
weren't you getting into detail about the
I'm just saying, like a guy has a better chance. He has a better chance of making a mistake because he has a lot of more muscles in them legs, and so when they sore, trust me, it's sore, and you just need some relief from the pain, and you make mistakes. Mistakes happen. You know what I mean?
You realize all the stuff that girls go through like all year long in that area, okay?
But you don't have, but girls don't have something hanging.
We're moving on. We gotta go.
Oh my God!
We love
This thing
making
is
Curt
really
uncomfortable.
nostalgic.
We're going back to the college.
Look at this. Dance Phantom's going to go to hell and
I'm crying.
we love to make Curt 3 shades of red.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's just
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, everyone. I just thought people should know. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, men are absolutely
They need to They need to record this podcast for when people get to talk at school, kids.
It's All right, so let's go, man. Give me your keys to victory for the Lions defense, man. How can AG and his group get it done on defense versus the Vikings? What you got, Luke G?
Everybody needs to be on the damn stat sheet. Everyone, every person who touched the field needs to have a stat on the stat sheet. I don't want to hear false narratives and nothing like that. We need to have stats on the stat sheet, and they need to be in key areas, aka turnovers. Everybody don't understand how little a turnover can change a game. But when you go back to it and you look at the game, they all contribute the turnaround and the speed of the game to one simple turnover that happened at the first possession on a running back for the opposition. And when I made that same comment the week before saying that the moment that lost us the game is when Jamal fumbled, everybody's, man, but he had time. Shut up. It's not that. It's momentum changing. And if they want to win the game, they have to win in the stats that matter. Turnovers. The pressures don't matter if it don't result in a negative play. It don't matter. Go ask Joe Burrow as he delivered pass after pass while being hit and driven to the ground. So win in the turnover battle, get to the quarterback and get him on the ground, not pressure him, because if it don't turn into a negative play, it don't count. And that's all they got to do. I don't care about how many plays they give up deep if you are able to control those three things. Turnovers and sacks. That's how you disrupt the game.
Okay, I feel you. What you got, Queen?
I see hot for these nuts. But anyway,
we just went through this shit. Jesus, I just moved on from this.
To these nuts.
the opportunities, Curt, to bring it back.
Oh my God, let's bring it back to.
Okay. No, it's I'm saying quarterback rushing Kirk Cousins. Get him off his game. Get him messed up in the head, because when he does that, he can't do his shit. So you know what I'm saying. So he gets easily frazzled. Keep throwing him off. That's all you got to do. Go do that batting the ball, man. Get Kaminsky out there with that club. I don't care. Whatever it takes to just throw him off his game. That's what the defense needs to be doing.
Yeah.
Because don't rely on that secondary, because that secondary wants to act like blind ballerinas in the backfield a lot. So you need to be pressuring up front and throwing Kirk Cousins off the game.
Yeah, that's secondary, though, has been the last 5 games. We got to look at over the last 5 weeks. They've been what? They've been tops in the league and quarterback. Was that passing percentage against? I think rating against first in the league in interceptions with 7. So
that's misleading. That's misleading, though.
It's misleading.
Yeah. Okay.
It's misleading.
Name the quarterbacks. Just name the quarterbacks, and that's when you start to realize, like, oh, I guess.
I mean, you got to name the quarterbacks that happened against?
Yeah.
With that, okay, you got Daniel Jones. What you got?
On his way out.
You got Josh Allen.
Okay, I need that one.
Yeah. So I mean,
who was hurt? Who was hurt? But go ahead.
I mean, hurt. If y'all ask on the field, you're playing.
I feel you. I feel you. But he was definitely hurt. He was definitely hurt. You can tell he was hurt. But go ahead.
You throw me one. You throw me one. But I think that the secondary. Now, I will say this: they're not playing lights out. I agree with you, Matt Val. They're not playing lights out, but they're playing better. So you have to give them the credit they're playing better. They're playing better. You did say that.
But you don't want to put them in the position for them to become blind ballerinas. See what I'm saying?
I get you. I absolutely agree with you. You pressure Cousins and you win a turnover battle. You said it all. Encompassing Luke for me, win a turnover battle and get pressure on Cousins, because Cousins is gonna throw you one. He might throw you 2 if you know, saying you get him off of his spots, you get him off his game. Don't let him sit back there in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Just let him do his thing. Get him off of his spots and let him throw. Make him throw a bad pass. What did I say, man? Did I say something wrong?
No. Somebody in the chat put, they said head on. Apply directly to the forehead. Right? I remember that commercial. It was so stupid. Hands on. Apply directly to the forehead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Man. I'm sorry.
Okay, Mike, what you got, man? I'm done.
Curt has just lost control of this tonight.
Go ahead. Like, what you?
Man, we're talking about foreheads and icy hots and D's nuts, man. This is a great conversation here. It's turnover battle. I cannot agree even more here. This is exactly what it is. Minnesota Vikings are +8 in the turnover differential. The Detroit Lions are +1. That is the reasons why both these teams have been winning. It's turnovers. We got to get Kirk Cousins. He's susceptible to getting interceptions. Let's get some interceptions on this guy. Let's get some fumbles in our favor defensively. If we do that, the Lions will win. I'm confident the Lions offense can score points. We get turnovers. It gives us more opportunities to do that.
Right. Absolutely. All right. So, what are they? I'm scared to even ask you. What are they saying in the chat? I'm scared to even ask you.
What are they saying in the chat?
What are they saying in the chat? Damn it! I'm just.
We might as well get that out of the way then. This Free for All Friday is brought to you by Icy Hot on Radio.
Well, we know the sponsor of today's show.
Icy Hot, if you're listening, you know, we talk about you a lot. But anyhow.
Yeah.
I just if there's ever a chance to get revenge on a person, I promise you that is absolutely revengeful right there. I promise you.
Oh man, that is
okay. Getting back to football, but go ahead. Their O-line seems pretty beat up, so hopefully we can take advantage of it with them dogs we got on the D-line. Great Skull stands for keep on losing. George Eagle, this will be Hutch's second game against them. I expect to see more out of him, more pressures, or at least more tackles. Yeah, he's going to come into his own, but he needs some help, y'all. I mean, just I
believe you got Romeo coming back. There's going to be some keys where they're going to have to stop double teaming them. It's going to be a pick your poison. You look at what those plays that James Houston got. I mean, they just kind of single covered him, and he went out there and made some plays. The young fella out of Jackson State. So. You kind of pick your poison. Some of the guys have had some success off of the double teams that Hutchinson has drawn. So you get the guy on the other side has taken advantage of that. I'm liking what I'm seeing. So they're going to have to stop doing that here shortly. They just can't do it.
I'm going to have to do a video.
Single Dad Club is not surprised that we would ask for Icy Hot because we did have the manscaping sponsor.
Yes, we did have Manscaped for a while. We did have the manscaping sponsor for a quick bit. Yeah, we did.
I'm going to have to do a video.
Manscaped didn't drop us. We dropped the ball on them when Jim passed away. So that's what happened. We dropped the ball.
What you got, Luke? You got to do a video on what? You got to do a video on the double teams?
Yeah, this shit's not real.
You know what? When you do that, depending on what time it is, you let me. I'll come on and I'll be on there with you.
Yeah, because it's not real. It's not.
You know what? It's. But see, here's the deal, and I'm gonna have to say this because I love you, my dude. But your perception and my perception are two different things. What you see and what I see is different. Because you see what you want to see, and I see what I want to see.
Well, Luke doesn't wear glasses, and you do, so there might be
that's right. So that may be the difference because you're looking at it like, well, this is false narrative, so it doesn't exist. I look at it like, well, this is what I see. I see two guys standing in front of Hutchinson blocking them at the same time. So what you see and what I see, the way we interpret it is two different things.
Well, so for me, like this narrative that these double teams, right? Like that's why he's not getting these numbers and stuff like that. And I just simply look at the times where he's getting those one-on-ones, and he's still. I mean, again, I expect him. I expect him to be much better going forward, but I just can't push a narrative that, oh, he's not getting these numbers because he's getting double teamed. No,
I can't say that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all, Luke, because I've seen the one-on-ones where he's not beating the guy, you know, saying one-on-one. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's not some plays he's not getting to the quarterback just on a single coverage. I'm not saying that at all, but him getting double teamed does contribute to the fact that he has some lower sack numbers. They're saying that. I'm just saying that they make it a point. Some teams make it a point to make sure they did double team him on certain plays. That's all I'm saying. Because
right, but see, those can be play design. Those can be combination blocks where people may think that it's a double team when the truth is it's the guard or maybe it's the tackle's responsibility to chip him so he can get up to the next level to block the guard because that's play design. But the narrative that's going around is, oh, he's getting double team, he's getting double. It's not happening. Okay, it's not.
It's all into interpretation. I get what you're saying. I feel what you're saying. But what are we saying? Independent Aquaman. Damn.
That's the name, right?
Independent. Yes.
Keep up with that avatar, my man. I can look at that
the Vikings O-line isn't bad. They're 17th in pass blocking, 17th best in run blocking. Raw O-line is 16th best in pass blocking and 6th best in run blocking. Yeah, okay. They can be had like you know what I'm saying, we can get in there and cause some havoc. Aquaman was the worst super friend ever, but okay.
You're alive. You are such a liar.
He's like the worst. Momoa came along because
okay, I get you that because all the ladies love
Aquaman was awesome. Who wouldn't want to talk to fish?
Aquaman was absolutely fucking trash.
Y'all some haters, man.
Let's take the fight to the desert and see what Aquaman does in the desert. Absolutely squat. There's no fish in the damn desert. All right, so
yeah.
All right, let's go to the final question, man. Who wins and what's the score? Damn Aquaman. God
that man control the sea. You's a hater.
75% of the world is water.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's just we're gonna take it on land and see what you do then. Oh man, I can't go to the mountains. There's no freaking water.
All you gotta do is put a helmet on the water.
Of like Sharknado and like
fish bowl, man. Man, get out of here.
We can pull a Sharknado. Come on.
The audacity of y'all hating on Aquaman. Aquaman and Aqualad, both some G's. Put the respect on their name.
The worst costume.
Go to the Mariana Trench and not break.
She dressed like a mermaid and shit. Who is it? What's the score?
Who can do that?
Orange ass shirt. Get out of here with that crap.
Go into Marvel.
Who is it? What's the score? You gotta be on Aquaman.
We gotta get it. We gotta get back on track.
Talk about these nuts and Aquaman.
My prediction.
Go ahead, Val.
28-24 Lions.
28-24 Lions.
It's gonna be close.
What you got, Mike?
The person with the most points at the end of the game will win this game. I think that's factual. I have the Detroit Lions winning 32-28. But then now I'm going to be Tim, and I'm saying the Lions are going to win 75-2.
Yeah, shout out to Mike. Shout out to my man Timmy. He ain't here today, man. But you know how
his last prediction was almost close. I think he said 45.
42-7 or something like that.
He said 45-17.
He said like 38-17, something like that. Yeah, that's what his.
It was crazy. All right, what you got, Luke G? What's your score?
I have the Lions winning this game. And ironically, I think this game is going to be a little bit close. I'm with Mike, but I got it a little bit lower. I got it 27-24. I think we win by a field goal.
Okay.
You got to take 1 point away from my score, thinking you could.
All right.
So, you try to play some bet over there.
I am sticking with my yesterday's prediction. I'm going forward. Maniac Tim. I'm going 40-20 Detroit.
Oh, my God.
40-20 Detroit. I'm going full. Oh my God. Yep, I'm going full Maniac Tim, man. Now it's my final thoughts for today's show. What a show it has been. We've had icy hots. We talked about genitals, and we talked about the trash, the superhero that Aquaman is. But
oh my God, such a hater. Such a hater.
Don't get much started on Rory now. That might go.
Oh my God.
That might be a whole show in itself.
Oh man.
Have you forgave Rory yet, man? They winning now.
Ever since wait a minute, there is a correlation. Ever since Mike called out Rory, they started winning.
Okay.
He heard me.
He heard you. He's been standing in the
He
background.
knows
All right.
I'm coming for that job.
All right. Let's go, Mike. What's your final thoughts for today's show?
Aquaman is not trash. That's one of the things I got to say here. If you can go to the Mariana Trench and survive and not explode, you're doing something right. Can Batman do that? No, he can't. The Detroit Lions, this is a big game for us on Sunday, folks. It's probably the biggest game that I can remember in a couple years. If the Lions win this game, we have a chance to make the playoffs. Legitimately, we do. If we lose the game, it seems like it's near out of reach. So let's get it done, boys. Win on Sunday. Let's go to 6-7 and keep that playoff hopes alive.
Keep hope alive, like Jesse Jackson said back in the day. All right, what you got, Queen?
Mike out here comparing Aquaman to Batman. It's like that's the two worst superheroes on land and water. But anyhow, oh God. Anywho, so okay, Lions. They just got to keep pressing the gas. We are going to be talking about Lady Lionor, and I will be talking about it with Sports and Star with Jade, Vikings content creator, on Saturday night at 7:30. So we're gonna go and come out and help support us during that show because it's gonna be a fun time. And then she's going to come back and join us on the Lioness Lair for the game recap on Sunday night. So we've got a whole bunch of Lions content for you with the Vikings. This is a very important game. This is going to show everybody, the whole entire NFL, who the Lions really are. So let's see what the Lions got.
Man, Team Estrogen is kicking it in high gear on this weekend for the Lions, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Team Estrogen. Wait a minute, what?
The ladies are in the building. All right, so for me, final thoughts for today's show. Don't fight me on this. Aquaman sucks. For me,
lies.
Happy, have a good weekend. We're in the holiday season, man. If you see someone that's kind of a loner, you just need somebody that you help out. This is the worst time of the year to be alone, man. So make sure you help someone out. Be a helping hand. A kind word or a kind gesture can go a long way to helping someone. And Mike and I know this, man. This was the worst time of the year for in the military. We had a lot of suicide rate went up definitely during the holiday season, where people were being homesick or they were just down in the dump. So just make sure you help someone out, man. Just do that, man. Go to fanatics.com. You see I'm rocking the new 2022. It finally came in, baby. The salute to service gear. I get that thing every year. So this finally came in. They finally got the one I like, the 5950 low crown cap. So go to the link in the description below, man, and go ahead and grab yourself some of that great gear, or for your loved ones at fanatic.com. Man, and Coach Mike, he's a regular on the show during the rest of the week, man. He got you hooked up for Luke. I know he's going to be cheering during the college football playoffs because the Michigan Wolverines are playing in the college football playoffs. So go ahead to wolverine.com, man, and get yourself some gear, man. I know Luke going to be rocking a shirt because he's going to be supporting Mike, Coach Mike. What I'm saying? You know how that goes, man. And support my man, Big Lion Man, in the fight against cancer when there's Roar Up gear and links in the description below, and help. Those proceeds go to help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. But all that being said, thank you for tuning in right here on Detroit Lions of the Problem. Make sure you check us out in the LNU chat on game day. We be in there hanging out, man, talking trash. So go on and check us out in the LNU app, man. Lions Nation Unite. It's the ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. Now it's time to talk to my man, Reverend Dr. Deacon Brother Love Bishop Luke G. Please step to the pulpit and give your final thoughts for today's show.
Hey, today was a fun day. It was a needed day. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I know I certainly did. Probably gonna go back. I gotta catch that moment where we went off the rails. That need to be clipped and submitted just off rip. Just putting it out there. If ever there's a time for a short, that one is it. All right. People, today's positive quote comes from the internet, because I don't know who said this, but being rare is a gift. Being rare is a gift. And some of y'all think that this is a curse, but see, there's a reason why too many people can't tame you or can't tolerate you. It's because you're rare. You're gifted. And when you are gifted and you are rare, people don't know how to quite take you. They don't know what to think of you. They're not sure what to make of you and why you are so special. But here's the thing about it. Something inside of you is upsetting the demons inside of them. And because you're so rare, they want to know how to harness you, but they're afraid to put their hands on it. See, things that are rare are untouchable because when you touch them, you tarnish them. And when you tarnish them, you lose value in them. And they don't know how to touch you in a way to keep the value that you show them. Continue to be rare. Don't worry about who's accepting you and not accepting you. Don't worry about the job you didn't get. Accept the job that you did, because the ones who didn't get you lost the rarity of you. There's somebody right now praying on your downfall, and yet you keep rising up because you're rare. There's somebody right now who you managed to do something for that you didn't know, so minute, but yet so powerful that you didn't know because you're rare. Being rare is a gift, not a curse. So please go out there and make sure that everyone can see the rareness that comes out of you. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Join the club. They be in there wilding out. I don't know why. They have more fun there than they do here sometimes, but we're going to get that together. And if you don't do nothing else at all, don't be no chump. Please do your research.
Man, thank you everyone for joining us right here on Detroit Lions of the Pride, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And you know what we got to do for you. Whatever you do in life, do one thing for Curt Steele. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim. Freaking Aquaman. Out of here, man.